I think that's a part of leadership, is to have some of the guys that have gone before that have been disappointed to share it with everybody involved. For me, it's a reminder. I, too, have been here 23 years. And it is a reminder. I've been here when it was glory hole days, and I've been here when it wasn't. And so having said that, I want me some glory hole. So I have that perspective.
This is absolutely lit. This is lit, 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 lit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dark Times with Dark Match Steve. After tonight, you'll be wanting to call me Dark-Based Steve. Guys, tonight is the night for me to toot my own horn, suck myself off for a little bit. Guys, tonight, we need to celebrate again. We are just taking the W's in this stream. We are taking the W's, okay? I don't know if you guys have seen this. I don't want you guys to, well, I guess it doesn't matter if you go look it up yourselves, because the whole point is that I predicted something that just got proven right today. It seems proven correct. I'll probably save this towards the end of the stream, but I know I fucked around and I stayed on too late, and I told you guys at the beginning of the stream that I wanted to make it a short one, and we were here for like 3 hours. So we're going to try not to do that tonight, but yeah, guys, fucking holy based, guys. Holy fuck. Sometimes when I'm saying something on this stream, I just like, I'm honest, and I would say I don't, it's not that I don't have any shame, but it's like, sometimes when I'm talking about some of these topics where it's not something that's really like an area of expertise. I don't have any areas of expertise, to be real, but sometimes I'll be breaking down some shit on here and I'm just like, man, I feel like I'm right about this, but this just really isn't something I really know. I don't feel confident about it, but I feel like it's like the way I'm interpreting and digesting reality. Sometimes I'm like, I don't see how like, for real, how can you interpret this differently? And I'll just be spouting off about something, but I feel like I'm not confident, really. I'm just like second guessing. Like, I don't know. There could probably be someone more educated in the room that could make me actually look like a retard eating my own shit on here every night. But that's not the case for tonight. We're going to get to it. Some shit happened with Tim Walz and the driver's license bill that he signed years ago. And we covered this on the stream a year ago, guys. This was over a year ago. We did a stream. I talked about Tim Walz, and we discussed some of the bills and stuff that he signed. And anyway, and I discussed with you guys. Now I didn't watch the whole segment, but when this thing came up it's sort of going around, not really viral, so to speak, today, but it's going around and people are showing that apparently this is I'll pull up the clip. This is some actual the government of Minnesota. There was some like a public meeting or hearing type of thing that they discussed the issues with giving driver's licenses to illegal immigrants in the state of Minnesota that they started doing that. And I'm going to go back and show you guys my segment from a year ago where I was telling you guys this is going to be used for some kind of voter fraud scheme. I told you guys this is going to be used for bad. We looked I'm going to have to go back and look because I really don't remember what we looked up. But guys, I did some actual work that night. We were talking about the Minnesota Tim Walz bill, something with the IDs and illegal immigrants. I don't know if the state actually like paid for them and everything. That might have been the case, but I know at least partly what the bill Tim Walz signed in was to provide driver's licenses for illegal immigrants. Then I think what we did is we looked up what is required, what ID is required to vote in Minnesota and stuff, and whether or not, guys, whether or not on the ID it denotes that you are not a legal citizen. And it does not. The IDs do not specify whether you're a legal citizen or not. So they were handing out these IDs, and wouldn't you know it, these IDs are valid forms of ID for voting. It doesn't say if you're a citizen on the ID. So in theory, anyways, we'll get to this. But it's really funny, guys. We fucking looked this up ourselves. We talked about it, and we were right. We were right, guys. We're like 100-0 up in this fucking motherfucker. So anyways, let me get to the chat. We're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to take a look. Tonight's the theme is behind enemy lines, ladies and gentlemen. Fucking Nick Shirley sort of went to behind enemy lines. He sort of went to report on one of these protests and got behind the scenes with ICE and stuff like that. I peeked at a couple minutes of this, so we'll definitely take a look at that. I think we'll get to that maybe. I don't know what, we'll figure out what to do first. But yeah, and then Trump is also, I guess, talking about, what is it, San Francisco? He's talking about sending the National Guard to another city. I think it's San Francisco. So anyway, we got a few things to look at here, but for sure, we're going to look at our stream from over a year ago when I reported on Tim Walz. This is actually crazy, guys. I'm seeing people complain. I'm glad it's not just me because I thought it was my shitty Spectrum internet that I was several bills behind on, and so I, didn't have the room to complain about my service. Now I do. Dylan Hill over here on the YouTube or on the X. Oh yeah, where are we at tonight? Let me get the chat actually up on the page here. So we're at Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, also known as X if you're autistic and on ketamine. So yeah, wherever you're at, get in the chat. People are saying YouTube's having problems tonight, and I experienced those myself. I was trying to watch Alex. I watched Scott Starboard stream perfectly, no problems. Then when I clicked over to Alex Stein's channel, it gave me some major problems. It would not stream Alex Stein for me. And then I went to, just to be sure we ain't got any problems. I always pull up at least when I start my stream, I always pull it up to make sure it's at least like broadcasting in some of the places. And it would not work when I first pulled it up too. So we might be having some problems on YouTube, but we're on Facebook and X tonight. If you have major YouTube problems, please switch over to one of the other ones. We got some cool stuff to get to, guys, for real. I get to pat myself on the back tonight. It's crazy, guys. It really, we have no obligation to be right about anything in here. We're just fucking around. Do you guys realize how crazy this actually is? That I get on here and fuck around and wing it. I'll just sit here looking stupid stuff up, and we end up having incredibly based takes in here, guys. How do we just get in here and fuck around and actually report the news better than the news? How is that even possible? That should go to show you guys how these legacy media groups and everything, how fucked it really is, and how much they are either completely complacent, don't care, lazy, or they are actually lying to everybody on purpose. Because if we can get in here smoke bongs and fuck around and find the truth easier than the mainstream media, that is a huge problem. That is bad. Michael Earl, welcome. What's up, chat? I'm in the chat. What's up, lovers? Thank you guys for coming to hang tonight. I know Bubba wasn't live today, so I'm sure there's a few people in here yearning for some live content. Dutch Duke, Kenny Powers, thank you guys. Double D, KP up in here. Bob Cook, the notorious Bob Cook, the legend himself, Bob Cook. Funny Face, Rainey's up in here. Sorry, fuck it. I lost the chat for a second. YouTube is cooked for me. Yeah, guys, please find me somewhere if you're up in here having problems. I know if you're having problems, you can't see this, but anyway. DMS, what I really want. Thanks, Rainey, for coming to hang. Something went wrong. Yeah, everybody's having fucking YouTube problems. Sergio, but thank you for trying to get up in here, Sergio. I appreciate it. What's up, bro? Inbound Realty's up in here. What's up, bro? How's it going? Did Carlos Carlos Mendingo send you my new parody song? I debuted it last night, but it was towards the end of the stream. It was pretty late. I know a lot of people missed it. It was like 11 o'clock at night. So Don's in here. What's up, Don? Johnny Z's in here. What's up, Johnny Z? Lovers, friends. YouTube a little ranky danky tonight. It sure is. I was trying to watch the Juice Rock video. Are you talking about my stream from the other night or the actual song, the video? Because it wouldn't surprise me if that just on a regular basis has some issues. OOG7's in here to remind everybody that baseball is on. Thank you. YouTube is dead. Guys, I got it working on my phone. If you're watching on the Twitter, maybe try it again. But if it's Twitter or nothing, please just stay on the Twitter. I appreciate you guys trying to, even though you're having issues at the first spot, I appreciate you guys trying other spots here. Scott Starbird's in here. He's my mod. Scott Starbird, fix this. What's happening right now? YouTube's broken. Get in there with your wrench. Missing anybody? Let's get to the bottom here. A promo code's in here. I quit my job tonight. Sir, I hope that works out for you. I hope that was a good decision. Hey, I mean, if you didn't like it and you think you got something better lined up, then that's awesome. Oh, Rainey, yeah, you missed the parodies. I played them on Monday night. YouTube locked you out. Are you guys getting back on the YouTube? I'm back. Duped about what? What'd you get duped with? What are you talking about? Bro, OOG7 has been getting very drunk and getting in my chat. You guys are still having problems. Damn it. Okay, well, if you have to watch on the Twitter, whatever, if you're following me, it looks like if you follow me or we follow each other or something, I can for sure see all the chats from the Twitter of people that I know. So feel free to hop over there if you have to. Okay, guys, where should we get started here? I don't know how long this would take. Let's take a look at the Tim Walz thing first. Let's actually do that first. Now, some of you guys, I don't know who heard what because everybody was having trouble with the YouTube when I sort of introed the show. But let me get to it here. So yeah, guys, this is Tim Walz. People put these clips side by side here. Let me bring this up for you. So this is over. What tab are you guys on? Let me get you here. Okay. So this is over on the Twitter. People have been sharing this. Tim Walz signs driver's license for all law, allowing illegal aliens to obtain free government-issued photo IDs. Now, Minnesota election officials confirmed that illegal aliens can vote in state elections using those driver's licenses. But I was told this can't happen. Not by me, you weren't. We knew better over here. So yeah, guys, I found the stream from years ago that I talked about. Well, it was over a year ago when I talked about Tim Walz signing this bill and the possible problems that we could have from this. Felt crazy. Now I don't look so crazy. Check this out.
It's done.
A packed room at the St. Paul Armory erupted after the governor's signature made driver's license for all the law of the land.
So we give driver's licenses to.
So this down here below, the clip is switched to the clip under here. Says House Fraud Prevention and State Agency Oversight Policy Committee Election Registration Overview. So this isn't a clip from InfoWars. This is a legitimate government meeting, a committee discussing fraud prevention. They're about to tell you that the illegal immigrants can use these free IDs provided by Tim Walz to vote in state elections.
We give driver's licenses to anyone here. You don't have to be a citizen. You don't have to, which is a photo ID. So if someone comes in, they register, they have the driver's license, but they have an incorrect social or no social or whatever. So then they become incomplete. But if they walk in to vote with their driver's license, does that make them all of a sudden now okay?
Mr. Linnell.
Madam Chair, so the designation on the roster for someone whose registration had been incomplete, if they present the election judge with that acceptable identification document, that would clear the challenge from the roster and they would be permitted to cast a ballot.
Mr. Anderson.
Well, okay, there's your problem potentially. So thank you.
So just to clarify, someone who is not a citizen but presents a driver's license at that point in the process could be permitted to vote.
Madam Chair, at the time of registration, as well as at the time of submitting a ballot, every voter is signing the attestation affirming their eligibility to vote, including that they meet all eligibility requirements, that they are a U.S. citizen.
So all they have to do is say that they're a U.S. citizen. They don't have to prove it. You get where we're going here? They just showed you that in Minnesota, according to the law, these people can get away with it. There's nothing stopping them from doing this. This isn't showing what amount. I don't know that they could even. This would actually probably be very difficult for the Minnesota government to actually be able to find all of these. I mean, what part of the yeah, guys, we looked this up the night that I reported on Tim Walz. We're going to pull up my stream. Let's listen to this part again where they're explaining this. So what they're saying is, as long as you have the Minnesota ID and you go to register to vote or whatever, all you have to do is write on there. It sounds like this guy is saying it's up to the honesty of the person filling out the registration or whatever. And but the ID doesn't say the Minnesota IDs that they're giving to the illegal immigrants does not say if they are legal or illegal. That's not on the ID. So when these people go, they can just write, I'm a citizen. If they want to vote, they can vote, and it will be counted.
You don't have to, which is a photo ID.
Hold
to
on.
anyone here. You don't have to be a citizen. So we give driver's licenses to anyone here. You don't have to be a citizen. You don't have to, which is a photo ID. So if someone comes in, they register, they have the driver's license, but they have an incorrect social or no social or whatever. So then they become incomplete. But if they walk in to vote with their driver's license, is that make them all of a sudden now okay?
Mr. Linnell.
Madam Chair, so the designation on the roster for someone whose registration had been incomplete, if they present the election judge with that acceptable identification document, that would clear the challenge from the roster and they would be permitted to cast a ballot.
Yeah, so they're good to go. If they have an ID.
Anderson.
Well, okay, there's your problem potentially. So thank you.
So just to clarify.
Listen, look at this lady. Look at this lady, how she knows it. She's like, oops, we just proved there's voter fraud. Whoops-a-daisy. Well, there's your problem. I mean, potentially, there's your problem.
By someone who is not a citizen but presents a driver's license at that point in the process could be permitted to vote.
Madam Chair, at the time of registration, as well as at the time of submitting a ballot, every voter is signing the attestation affirming their eligibility to vote, including that they meet all eligibility requirements, that they are a U.S. citizen.
That is crazy. At least Phil Lyman would have laughed when he says it. Yeah, he would have been really chuckling. He would have had a heyday with this one. I don't know if he would have even been able to get the words out. He would have just been laughing his ass off, literally to the point of not being able to breathe. Are they voting? And Charlie Kirk's dead. Unquote. Phil Lyman. Okay, so let me pull up. Where's my... Dude, that is so funny. So let me pull this up and see how retarded I sound a year ago. Let's see. Where did I... Hold on. Oh, here we go. Oh my God, dude. And the funny thing, guys, this is funny too, is that when I saw this pop up on Twitter, these videos going around, I was like, oh my God, I reported on this on my stream. Holy fuck, I did a whole breakdown. We looked up the laws and what the IDs in Minnesota actually say on it and everything. Like, I actually looked into it that night, and from what I saw, I remember thinking that this is a way for them to be able to vote. I said that night. So I went to my YouTube channel and I looked for my Tim Walz stream. And right when I pulled this stream up, it was exactly at the part in my stream from a year ago where we were looking up the rules on the IDs. It was so funny. Like, it popped me right to this section here. We're in this stream here. We're oh, wrong way. We're like balls deep in the Tim Walz stuff in this segment I'm about to play here. But it's funny, it popped up right here. Hold on. Okay, so look. Here we go. Let's take a look at this. Signs a law that provides driver's license for illegal aliens in Minnesota.
A packed room at the St. Paul Armory erupted after the governor's signature.
So this is weird. I'm trying not to get confused here. I don't like watching my own stream on my stream. When I see the stuff come up on my display, if you guys only knew, I don't know how you guys do it. I guess I am that retarded, but I don't know how the other streamers do it, where they just, number one, you have no privacy and no secrecy at all. Everybody can see all your tabs you got open and whatever. I don't like that, number one. But then also, it's getting in the wormhole thing. I don't like seeing the wormhole on my own stream. I know it's like, it's not that, it's not that confusing, but it gives me anxiety to see it do the vortex thing when I screen share my whole screen and then we just go into oblivion in the center of the screen. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, here we go.
It's done.
A packed room at the St. Paul Armory erupted after the governor's signature made driver's license for all the law of the land.
Now, what were we talking about? The election, the voter ID map. Remember that I brought up? It was like a few shows ago. I brought up this voter ID map that showed all the places that asked for ID and stuff. And we sort of went back and forth of which states are harsher and what does it mean for them to actually ask for ID. And here they are giving out IDs. I don't know, a driver's license. I guess I could maybe look into this, but I don't imagine that on the ID itself it would say non-citizen. It may, of course, that may be true, but I'd have to find that. But I don't think it's the case. This just seems like, it just seems too sketchy, and how proud he is. Kenny Powers says I sound different. It's because I had dreadlocks back then. They make me sound different. We're in the same uniform. You know what? I am. This is probably the same exact shirt that... No, that's a different tank top. Yeah, that's a different tank top, but it's a white tank top, all right. Do I have the same hat on? Oh my God, I have the same hat on. Oh, I didn't even do that on purpose. That's funny. Oh, that's funny. Bob Cross is up in here. What's up, Bob? Guys, please hit the like button. I don't ask you guys to do that enough because that really just brings the vibe down. Please hit the like button. You guys like when I do that? Will you guys please hit the like button, please, for me? Pretty please. I do a lot of work on my stream. I put a lot of effort into this. Can you please just hit the like button for me? I don't even ask for money or anything. To sign this for people that are here illegally. It's not like he's fucking helping the average person get a fucking ID or a driver's license. Here, we'll make sure this is paid for at the DMV. All you got to do is walk down there.
It's done.
A packed room at the St. Paul Armory erupted after the governor's signature made driver's license for all the law of the land. Let me see. Let me search real quick. Minnesota. Driver's license for all. Look at us putting in the work. By us, I mean me. I don't think anyone helped me with this that night. To obtain identification by providing a primary and secondary document or two primary documents. Let me see if I can find if this actually says that they're citizens or non-citizens. Look at this, guys. I knew exactly where this was going. I knew exactly where this was going. Ooh, wait, let's see here. Oh, so here we go. Let me screen share this other. I hope y'all are sticking around for this. I'm doing a little research live in real time, okay? I just thought about the license might list that, hey, what's up, Airplane Willie, everybody in chat? Fucking, I've been missing chat. I'm actually trying to fucking do some research here. But yeah, so I just looked at this clip and I was like, okay, they're giving the licenses to everybody, but maybe to stop them from voting, they're putting on the ID that it says non-citizen, because that might be possible. But I was like, no, it's probably not. But of course, if I didn't fucking look,
I'll just let you guys watch this for a second. I'm gonna hit my bowl real quick. But yeah, guys, this is the stream. We busted them over a year ago. This is over a year old. And look how pathetic back then. Only 45 views. And it's the fucked up thing too. And look, we got to start somewhere. You know, everybody's got to scratch and claw their way to the top of YouTube land. But it's a shame. I mean, people like me and Scott Starbird actually, you know, look into stuff. Here I am doing actual looking into this research, trying to figure this out live in real time, and only like 10 people saw it. And 45 people total after clicked on this video. It's a shame.
this up. If I didn't fucking look this up, I would not. Oh, fuck. Here we go. Hold on. Share screen, this other page. I'm actually doing some research here. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Minnesota's driver's license for all law, which went into effect October 1st, 2023, allows people to apply for a driver's license regardless of their immigration status. This law reverses a 2003 order that required proof of legal residence to get a driver's license. Okay. The law also prevents non-compliant licenses from indicating the holder's immigration or citizenship status. So that reads to me as though that is not listed on the license. Am I completely fucking stupid, or is that what that says? What is it? Hold on. Show more. Oh, this is just talking about the other license that you're adopting.
Listen to how based I was even a year ago. Over a year ago. This was like just, guys, remember, I started streaming of like a few months before the election. How do I look on here exactly what date this is from? Because it only says 1 year ago. Hold on. Oh, August 7th. Yeah, August 7th. Dude, I wasn't streaming for very long. Look how good I was, even at the beginning. God damn. So based.
Documents they need. So yeah, I don't think it lists. Law also prevents non-compliant licenses from indicating the holder's immigration or citizenship status. What does that mean, non-compliant licenses, though? That seems to me like it's saying it's not listed. So again, how do we know for sure that these people aren't fucking voting? They're giving them fucking IDs.
Guys, how do we know they're not voting, guys? How do we know? We didn't know. That's the point. Yes, that is the point. We didn't know. Oh, we didn't know, guys. No one knew except me.
Wow, I actually just found that.
No, for sure, other people for sure thought about this. I wouldn't doubt at all. There was 100 other like conservative and or MAGA streamers or influencers that were like, "Hey guys, this might be a problem." I know I'm not the only one, but it is nice to be an open book, to let you guys see the inner workings of my brain, let you guys see how I think live in real time, where I hear something and I go, "Huh, fucking Tim Walz signed this bill. Let's look into this. Huh, this doesn't say they're legal or illegal citizens on their ID. I wonder if that's going to make it easier for them to vote illegally." And here we are, over a year later, the government finally figures out that illegals are able to vote in their state elections because of Tim Walz's bill that gives them all IDs, that works as a valid form of ID to register and or vote.
Okay. So yeah, that sounds really good. There's millions of people pouring over the border, and if you just get your ass to Minnesota, and you'll be good to go. Get your driver's license. You can vote. You can buy Corona beer, all that shit. Let's see. Okay, this is more proof about this guy just being fucking weird. I mean, Kamala too, but this guy's facial. Can we? Am I still screen sharing? No, I'm not. Let me. Wrong page. Let me show you this other video. So they're giving out the licenses, and the illegals can vote legally there, and that's why no one fucking knows how many illegals are voting, because they're just giving them IDs and That's all you need to vote.
God damn, guys. So based. So based.
Oh, wait. Yeah, here we go. This fucking video. This guy's face is so... This is what I'm saying. You won't see J.D. Vance acting like this. I'd rather watch J.D. Vance fuck his couch than watch this guy standing next to Kamala sort of having an orgasm over the fact that he's been...
Oh my God. My stream is so good. Guys, look at this. I'd rather watch J.D. Vance fuck his couch. Who the fuck did I think I was, guys? That is ridiculous. Who the fuck do I think I was? Way back then. I'm like 2 months into streaming talking like this, like I'm hot shit or something. Listen to me.
picked. I don't know what. Look at his fucking face. Let's start this from the top, okay? This is very triggering to me.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, we're past the driver's license part. I'll pull up the Nick Shirley stuff. I know right here for the next like 10 minutes, I pontificate about speculating whether or not Tim Walz has worn a wig before in his life. I know I remember exactly where we went with this. That motion he does like that. He gets out there and he's all excited and he's like, woo, like that. That's a man that has worn a wig on his head. I'm telling you guys. Don't ask me why I know that, but I'm telling you that is a motion, that is body language that only a man who has worn a wig will express. Okay? All right, let's get to wait, what? Okay. There we go. I got confused about what tab we were on. Here, let me get you guys down here. I don't want you guys seeing behind the curtain. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, let me pull up the Nick Shirley. So there's a couple other things. Oh, here, I'll play this now. Libs of TikTok just showed this. This is also Minnesota-based. I may as well get it out here now. Over on the Twitter, this is the fucking Attorney General for Minnesota, who apparently people are putting him on blast because all these people are doing like a standing ovation, a round of applause for veterans, and this guy's like sitting there tweeting something. Newly released video shows Keith Ellison, the Minnesota AG, not clapping for military veterans on an honor flight to visit memorials in Washington, D.C. This is how Democrats treat U.S. veterans.
And we got Larry. Larry.
It's this guy here. See, at first it's funny. I thought they were talking about this white guy here, but then he started clapping, and I'm like, oh, wait, no, they're talking about this guy. I have no idea who the Attorney General of Minnesota, and I shouldn't know that. I sure as hell do not care, and I should not waste the memory space that I have on knowing that this guy is the Attorney General for Minnesota. I will forget this. Hopefully, I won't even remember what his silhouette looks like after we're done with this stream. Hopefully, if I hit this bowl enough times, I'll forget before the stream's even over. But yeah, even the white guy who's texting on his phone or tweeting here, even he was like, oh, fuck, I forgot. It's the veterans. And he claps towards the end. Man, that's weird. I don't know if this guy actually fucking like, maybe he has to pee. Bro, I was just thinking like, I mean, is it crazy to, I feel like sometimes granted, I am high sometimes, and I'll be standing there thinking about something and not even paying attention to, like, if someone came up with a gun, I would react or something. But just because there's people clapping and stuff, sometimes it's like a situation. If I'm baked, I'll just zone out, and I'll see everybody clapping, and not really, it won't register to me that I need to clap. Now, if this attorney general from Minnesota is a fucking bong ripping streamer like me, I'll accept that excuse. I don't think he is, though. Oh, fuck. But yeah, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. No, he seems like he knows exactly what's going on, and he's like, I am not clapping. These guys killed innocent children in Vietnam or Iraq or something. I don't know. All right, let me get to the Nick Shirley deal. Let me pull that up. So I want to take a look at Joe Rogan. If I have time, we'll pull up this clip. There's a Young Turks that discussed this segment. It's Anna Paulina Luna, which the Bubba Army people in the chat know. We didn't fall for the Anna Paulina Luna bullshit. Every other fucking conservative in America fell for it initially. It's really weird. Somehow, every conservative in America, besides the Bubba Army listeners, were tricked into supporting a stripper to represent MAGA. And it's incredible. It's really incredible. Not us, though. But anyway, she went on Rogan's podcast. They discussed the ICE stuff. Maybe we'll take a look at that, because I really never got a chance to I knew she went on there and that they talked about that, but I never really got a chance to take a look at that. Hold on a second. Where'd it go? Oh, here we go. I'm an idiot. Let me get you guys over here.
Voice acting. And with the
what is all right, this is where I got I stole part of my thumbnail from this. I did watch, so I skipped some parts in here, but yeah, this so he talks to a bunch of different people in this. We'll see where this goes. I know he's like interview with ICE. So yeah, he actually talks to the federal agents, and I think he sort of rides along with them. But I know he deals with some protesters. I think this is a protester here. So anyway, yeah, let's start it over and see what this guy deals with at an ICE protest. I don't even know if white people are allowed to protest ICE, but let's see. Oh.
I'm Stephanie Baczynski with Method Canine. I've been training dogs for 14 years.
Guys, look how funny this is. Look at this. I covered the topic of Hassan Piker doing electroshock therapy on his dog, and now I get a bunch of dog training ads. Isn't that fucking bullshit? I can't just research a topic without getting a bunch of targeted ads now. God damn you, Hassan. It's fucking bull. If he wasn't a dog abuser, I would still be getting like Nature's Path organic food ads and stuff. You know, it's like already 1 in 10, 1 in 20 ads I get is actually something I would ever give a fuck about. Now it's even less because of Hassan Piker abusing his dog with a shock collar. Now I get a bunch of dog ads. I don't even have a dog. I have 2 cats.
Dedicated my entire entire career to helping behavioral dogs. Dogs with reactivity, dogs with aggression, resource guarding.
Ad is meant for Hassan Piker.
All right, we're gonna go make an arrest right now. They have a guy right
Let's slow this down. Hold on.
here. Here we go.
I gotta hit my bowl, guys. Gotta remind me.
Are you worried about being deported now? It's been a wild few weeks here in America, and now I'm in Chicago. In Chicago, it already erupted last week, and the eruption continues. Right now, I'm outside.
Does Chicago stop erupting? I thought Chicago is just pretty much constant gunfire and stuff, right? Or no?
Out of an ICE detention facility center. Just the other day, ICE had to shoot at one of the protesters because they were armed as well, and their life was at threat. They barricaded a car, and Chicago PD stood down and did not go in support of the ICE agents. So things are getting crazy here inside Chicago. I will also be doing a ride along with ICE in this same video, showing both sides from the protesters and the ICE agents. Who knows what's gonna happen? We got somebody underneath arrest right here. They just stepped over the boundary and now they have been arrested. And these people right here.
Underneath arrest? I don't think that's the right term. But I mean, physically speaking, I guess normally when someone gets arrested, they're under arrest, but they're also on the ground. So technically they're underneath the police. But that sounds weird. Underneath arrest.
Here are the Cook County Sheriff.
Technically, he's right, though.
Police. This is not the National Guard here. This is the Cook County, Chicago Police.
G7. This sucks. More Stephanie booty. Are you talking about my booty? Stephanie would be probably my trans name if I transitioned. That would be my new name.
Rethink your life.
I can see you're very passionate about this cause that you guys are out here fighting for. What's your message to the Cook County police officers here today?
That the Illinois
I'm hungry
are being kidnapped by ICE daily and put in that detention facility in unsafe, unhealthy conditions. And these guys are more concerned with us peacefully protesting in support of our fellow Illinoisans than they are concerned about freeing fellow Illinoisans from kidnapping.
The big controversy here was initially the National Guard was going to be here, and now it's the Cook County Sheriff Police that are out here. Do you still have hatred towards them as well?
I think they're more professional than ICE, and they must feel embarrassed by ICE. But if they're standing against us and not against ICE, then they're not with us, and I don't support them.
Some people are comparing ICE and the feds, and now they're calling Cook County as well, the Sheriff Police. They're referring to them as the Gestapo. Do you think that's a fair?
I think that's absolutely a fair comparison, because what did the Gestapo do that was so terrible? They hauled people off without due process. What is ICE doing? That exact same thing. You could make an argument that the more local law enforcement is not that, and sure they.
Man, I don't know. You guys know, just with how I've expressed my political views on here and stuff. Look, there are some ideals within MAGA supporters and all that shit that I agree with and stuff. I just think Trump, especially after the Epstein stuff, it's really opened my eyes to how badly Trump can fuck things up. And I don't have any kind of hesitation in pointing any of that stuff out anymore. I just don't give a fuck anymore. And so it's a freeing feeling. And, so I feel like I can be especially honest and open about how I feel with some of this shit, because I'm just so I'm actually truly like, I'm done hiding any aspect of like how I feel when it comes to any politics or any philosophy or any bullshit. I'm not fucking. If some politician wants my support, they really have to work for it. That's the problem. Is people are just so willing to jump to one side for support just because people are easily manipulated into feeling. People get tricked, and this happens. It happens to everybody. I know. I try to be conscious of it happening to me. That you get pushed into, manipulated into like defending something that you really, really don't defend, or don't. You're not actually a complete proponent of, but you end up getting pushed into a position to defend it and stuff, and then and then people try to go with the momentum of that. And then of course, there's also pressure from peers, and especially if you're a streamer and stuff, people get audience capture, and they get like 99% Trump supporters in their chat, and they're just like, oh, I really got to be careful. I got to toe the line here. I can kind of be critical of Trump, but I still got to really support him. I'm done with that game. So when it comes down to the ICE and immigration stuff, of course, part of the reason that I did like the idea of Trump being back in office is because and a lot of people were like this too. We saw the millions of people pouring over the border during the last administration, and we said those people have to go, and probably a few extra also. Rubio! But that doesn't mean you have to defend the way that it's being done with people being deported and stuff. And of course, like I've talked about this before, there's got to be some reason that they had been hiding the DHS deportation numbers. And I feel like, and Nick Fuentes talked about the fact that he was the one that had made a big stink about them hiding the deportation numbers. And I kind of feel like we're getting tricked into thinking like they're actually deporting the millions of people that came over here during the Biden administration and stuff. Like, oh my God, you see it on the news. The protesters are clashing with ICE. Look at all these people. Every day there's a new story about some family that got broke up. And the Trump supporters go, oh, well, I guess it's what we voted for. Meanwhile, more than half of the people that they're deporting are people that are like integrated into American society. They're doing jobs and stuff like that. That's how they're finding these people, is because they are people that are trying to, maybe not so much culturally, but at least in terms of being a contributing member of society, they're integrating and getting jobs and stuff. And that's how the ICE agents are finding them. They're going to these fucking places and doing an ICE raid on some fucking factory, or that's like half of the shit that they're doing is people that are established here in America, and they can find a good, an easy trail of breadcrumbs on these people. Not the people that just got here during the Biden administration. They got court papers, burned the court papers for heat, and then just are disappearing into the wild. They're just hiding. And now they're all these high profile, and public deportations that are getting a lot of, critiquing, we'll say, put it lightly. There's a lot of pushback, but they're just high profile cases. It makes it look like, oh, we're getting rid of all these illegal people that came through here and they're sucking off the system. Really, they're not getting like the people who we probably should be worried about, because they can't even fucking find them probably. And that's probably why they're not giving us. They've been hiding. I think they still have not updated the DHS website. I feel like I would have heard about that. I can maybe look that up if I have to. But anyway, if these stories are actually true that I'm hearing, and it's as common as it seems, where there's actually people that are in the process of becoming legal citizens, and because of that, they are easy to find and they are being deported, that is fucked up. I get that there's a lot of people that just say, look, legal or illegal, we don't need a bunch of new immigrants here. We don't need people here. We have enough Americans that need help getting jobs. This is all without even considering the problems with automation that are coming around the corner. If any of the hype is real at all about AI and fucking robotics and automation, that's not even in the equation where we're already sweating about jobs here in America and the amount of illegal immigrants that have come over here, and legal also. Some people are actually still very much concerned about letting any more legal immigrants here. So I don't know, man. I definitely feel like I'm just kind of done with the default in my head being like, oh, well, I supported Trump before, so I have to try to find a way to defend what ICE is doing and stuff. It's like, yeah, I think it's probably would have been better had all of the millions not come over during the Biden administration, and ideally those people would be deported. But it's like, yeah, man, I don't know about what ICE is doing. Let's see behind the scenes a little bit here and give us a little more context, hopefully, with some of this.
Even if they're not taking part in the actual hauling off of people, they're actively facilitating the taking of people that have been kidnapped and moving them somewhere else. So they're participating, even if they're not officially part of ICE, they are participating in that process of disappearing people. So I'd say that a comparison of them to the Gestapo is perfectly valid at this point. Yes.
What did you think when Kristi Noem came here?
I think it was just a photo op for, Ice Barbie. And I don't, if she had gone just a photo op for,
Kristi Noem.
Ice Barbie. And I don't, if she had to go to the bathroom, she could have gone to the detention center. Or the facility's so bad there that Ice Barbie can't go there. I don't know.
Who's the Ice Barbie?
Kristi Noem, the dog killer.
What? The dog killer? They call her Ice Barbie? That's a parody song waiting to happen. Ice Barbie. Bum 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 bum. Ice Barbie. All right, stop. Grab illegals and deport them.
She's like Trump's
Ice
kid.
Barbie's here. She's on a mission, separating families daily and nightly.
Cabinet official that's above ICE. People call her Ice Barbie online.
And what should they do with the illegal migrants that did come over the border illegally?
This isn't about illegal migrants. They're arresting and detaining U.S. citizens who happen to be brown, people who are driving while brown. They're arresting people who are in the process of getting citizenship or asylum. They go to citizenship hearings and steal people before they become citizens. It's about kidnapping brown people. There's 70 or 80% of the people they've picked up are either citizens or legal residents. This is not about illegal immigration at all. That's a red herring.
So what's your message to the ICE agents here?
Lick my balls, get the fuck off my lands. Think about what the fuck you're doing. This is colonization in real time. You're seeing colonization in real time. They're colonizing Gaza. They're colonizing here, Chicago. It's just a continuation of a colonization. At the end of the day, that's all it is.
Who do you think this land belongs to?
It belongs to the Potawatomi, the Miami, the Illinois, the Anishinaabe, the Ojibwe, and any peaceful people that could come here and get along with anybody, you're welcome. But if you don't like my people, get the fuck on. The Atlantic Ocean is that way. Y'all came over here and invaded peaceful lands, and you're still here, and you're in my front yard, and you're in my...
That's the worst mischaracterization of pre-colonized America, is to say peaceful, that when all the Indian tribes, it was just Native American tribes here in America, that it was peaceful. That is the worst misrepresentation ever. Read any book about Native Americans living in America, fighting, killing each other over land. Read any fucking book about it.
My backyard, complaining and crying about me. You came to my neighborhood, dude. Check yourself.
So if any deals were made in the past, for instance, like the deal Mexico made with the United States and the United States bought Mexico, should
I
those
want them to honor the treaties, bro. They never honored no treaties. All of their fucking doctrines are garbage. They lie, steal, pillage. They never honored no treaties.
I see you have this Antifa flag here. Are you worried about supporting Antifa now that they're declared a terrorist organization here?
There's a lot of misconceptions about Antifa. It's not an organization. You know, the best way I can say is Antifa.
What the fuck? I thought this guy was trolling. This is this guy's real voice. It's just a misconception that Antifa is just... This guy sounds like he has dentures. What is going on? Why are the Antifa people all like freaks and deformed weirdos and trans people and stuff? What is the deal? Hold on. Here we go.
Declared a terrorist organization here?
There's a lot of misconceptions about Antifa. It's not an organization. You know,
it's not an organization.
The best way I can say is Antifa is a group of people that's standing up to do what's right.
How do you feel about ICE?
ICE? No, you're so right, Buzzard Bob. You're so right. What about Obama deporting millions of illegal people? No one says anything about that. So far, and this is probably part of the reason that the DHS has not been publishing the deportation numbers, Buzzard Bob, is because how embarrassing, honestly, guys, think about Donald Trump being faced by a reporter who rubs in his face like you're rubbing a dog's poop in its face because it's shit in the house. Imagine one of these Democrat-leaning news outlets rubbing in Trump's face that Obama deported more people than Trump did in his first year of office. How embarrassing is that going to be for Donald Trump if that is the case? I know Obama is like one of the top deporters in terms of presidents we've had in the last however many fucking god-awful years. That is probably actually the reasoning of dude, Buzzer Bob, what the fuck? Why is it? Oh, maybe my chat. That's funny, Bob. Your message isn't coming up in one of the play. I got YouTube pulled up on my phone. I don't see your message in there, but maybe I don't know. Anyway, but no, Bob, that's a good point. That is a good point. But I think that's probably actually why they're not publishing the numbers, is because as of now, Trump is probably, I bet once they can actually prove they've deported more people than Obama, like once they actually have numbers that beat Obama's numbers, I bet they will publish them after that, but not until then. There's no way Trump is going to admit Obama was better than him at something, especially something that Trump should actually be dunking on him with.
I support the deportation of illegal migrants, but
Who's illegal?
I would say anyone who came over the border illegally.
Yeah, but what does that even mean? If you had an illegal asylum claim and now you're in jail or deported, what is legal? That changes at any moment. You could be considered illegal.
I couldn't.
How not?
Because I was born here.
How can you prove that?
I have a birth certificate.
What if you lose that?
If I lose it, then I'll have to go get another one.
What if they don't give you one?
And I'll be.
And what if you are deemed illegal?
If I were deemed illegal, well, it wouldn't really happen because I was born
how
here.
Could that not? Why?
Because I was born here.
How is anyone going to believe that if they decide that you're illegal?
There's a lot of evidence that I was born here, so I'm not too worried about that. But the deportation of someone who came over the border illegally, and that's a criminal, I do support.
Hey, as long as you're pro-Israel, you pretty much don't have to worry about getting deported. They'll keep you here.
Who's a criminal?
Actually, that's a good cheat code for the illegal immigrants. If you just come out as a Zionist, you say Mexico's for Israel, Mexicans for Israel. Mexicans for Israel. Yeah, bro, I feel like you're good to go.
Being at this protest, I went and met up with ICE to see how a deportation works and go along with a ride-along. Okay. Sounds good.
God damn!
Wow.
Yeah.
Deal with all the time.
So now I'm going.
Nazi TikToker. This guy's such a Nazi. This guy's probably pro-Israel. That's what's funny.
So now we're gonna go show you guys another inside look as to what's going on. I figured it'll be good for both sides to see what's happening, for them and for the people that are in support of what's going on. Now they're yelling at me for going inside the building, but this is gonna show more and more transparency for both sides, regardless whether you support ICE or don't support ICE. Now I have to go meet with some federal law enforcement to talk about the ICE ride-along. But before I go on the ride-along, I want to tell you guys about the sponsor of this video.
No, Bob. So it wasn't a YouTube isn't. Johnny Z said YouTube is trying to shadow ban Buzzer. It's not that. It's the stupid chat thing. I don't know why YouTube does this default where they put the chat, they filter the chat, and they say it's top messages. That just means you don't see some messages. What is a top message? What is that? I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Like, no one is liking chat messages. How do you know what's the top message? I need to look that up. I honestly have no fucking clue what they think that means or what they think we think that means. I don't think they care.
Opus clip.
It is probably, honestly, it is probably just a way that they filter out comments that they want to just not show. And they go, oops, you had the chat filter set wrong. You had it set to top messages, so we get to hide the messages about Israel and Obama.
What used to just be an AI clipper.
You gotta check your filter every time you're watching a stream. We might hide your comments.
Has now become the most powerful AI growth tool for creators.
Fucking hate the internet.
Whoever invented this deserves a raise. Take a string and a pencil, twist off the faucet's old
and shove it up your ass.
Nozzle like this.
Currently, right now, over 10 million creators are using it, and it has helped generate over 60 billion views. And with Opus Clip, it's super simple to go viral. All you do is you upload a video or your YouTube link into Opus Clip, and it'll come out with tons of viral shorts ready for you to post.
Dude, YouTube actually does this with my when I do a live stream on YouTube, but it's just from my phone. It's a YouTube exclusive. It comes up with shorts. YouTube automatically makes shorts with your live streams. It doesn't do this with the nightly stream we do in here, but when I do Sunday Run Day or I film a workout or something, or I stream a workout and it's you know, the top down or, you know, the lateral, whatever way, then it makes shorts out of your video automatically. And you know what? YouTube made a short from my live stream, a Sunday Run Day from last Sunday, and I almost posted it because it was actually good. Somehow they've figured out, the AI algorithms and whatever has figured out how to actually kind of make a decent short. It's weird. But the thing is, it's only just, it's a straight clip from the stream, and I could add more context to it. So I decided to not post it. And I was like, oh, I'll go back. I'll get more of the clip to make a longer short. But it was about going as Psycho Stu, dressing as Psycho Stu for Halloween. It was during my run. And somehow YouTube actually made like a decent short out of it. I was surprised. Promo's in here. What's up, Promo? Lover. DMS censorship sucks. It does. Illegal should wear ICE hats or MAGA hats to fool ICE. They should wear ICE hats too. If you're an illegal immigrant, you should just dress as an ICE agent. Actually, you might actually get killed by one of your own. That's probably a bad idea. You know what? You guys got it rough. I'll admit. I can't think of out of parody. I can't think of a funny solution off the top of my head. That's how you know it's a nuanced situation.
It's full automation, and it's like having a full-time editor and a social media manager for a fraction of the cost. And Opus recently just came out their new AI editor 3.0 that comes with smarter audio.
Johnny Z says, isn't a longer short counterproductive? Well, no, not if it makes more sense. Like the short that YouTube made was like a minute long, or it was like a little under a minute. It was like 45 seconds, I think. That's what it was. But had it just included the prior like 15 seconds, it would have given like more context to the whole thing. And it would have made more sense and been funnier. I don't know how to explain it, but like basically the Psycho Stu thing, someone mentioned dressing as Psycho Stu. And if you remember what happened to Raja Jackson, Psycho Stu came up to him and said, Psycho Stu sort of started talking shit, and fucking Raja Jackson said to Psycho Stu, he's like, who the fuck are you? I don't know who you are. And he's like, I'm Psycho Stu, and then bashes him with a beer. You guys remember what happened. And so someone recommended, they were like, what if you dressed as Psycho Stu for Halloween? I was like, that's a really good costume idea. But I don't think people would recognize who you're dressed as. It's not like he looks like Kane or The Undertaker. Like you can't miss it. It's like you really have to know what Psycho. I mean, it wouldn't be easy to recognize. But then I joked. I was like, if you're at a Halloween party dressed as Psycho Stu, and someone doesn't know who you are, then you just grab a can of beer and hit him in the head with it. So then they'll recognize who you are. YouTube figured out that it's not the best joke, but it's a funny premise. And it was enough to crack me up when I was out of breath running. And YouTube picked it up. YouTube actually recognized that was like a funny little joke segment. But the thing is, they left out like the first there was like 10 more seconds that would have given it all the more context and made it make more sense. So I was like, oh, I'll make it myself later. But YouTube did a pretty good job. I was actually surprised. I saw that it made its own short. I was like, let's take a look at this bullshit. Let's see how fucking retarded this AI is. And then I was surprised.
Auto framing, better variety scoring, and new captions. And my favorite thing about Opus is how easy they make it a trans. Right here, they have
Opus. Looks real cool. Let's move on.
Russian man that they found this morning as they're going out was found to be illegal here, and now he's going to be deported. They're chaining him up.
A Russian man! It's a white guy! They're deporting a white guy. Hey, let him go.
Then transportation will come and get him in just a moment. And he was from Russia?
He is from Russia, correct.
He's been here how long illegally?
He's been here about 2 years or so.
That's weird. I would not think the first people we were going to find today was going to be a Russian.
Oh, you mean a white guy? Oh my God. Are you sure he's not Mexican, but he's really pale? No, sir. He's actually Russian. Wow.
You know what? They come in all colors.
Vladimir's going to go take him back.
Probably will.
All right, what neighborhood are we in now?
They come in all colors, and unfortunately, we didn't bag a colored today. This is a white one, but we're still going to take him back, okay? Rules are rules.
This is in Elgin. There's a complex called the Marbury Apartments over here. In our immigration databases, there are a lot of people who are wanted by ICE in this location. And it's difficult to infiltrate this neighborhood just due to the fact that there's a lot of folks, as I said, who's wanted. But at the same time, they have scouts. They have people on the lookout for any type of vehicles that might be associated with ICE. And obviously, some of our vehicles, some are tenants, some are not tenants. So we had to come up with creative ways to try to infiltrate what I call the hornet's nest.
Out of all the places you've been to, why you get these deportations?
The hornet's nest. We're trying to infiltrate the hornet's nest. Deport the queen. Take all the honey. Wait, that's bees.
Have been going on. How would you say Chicago is as far as it being harder to go through and find these people with how many people are putting out notices of ICE in the areas?
I think it's hard. Both Chicago, since sanctuary cities or sanctuary states and cities, such as California and Chicago, it ranks. They're sort of neck and neck, but I'll just give the edge to Chicago, just due to the fact that we're dealing with the threat levels of the gangs and just the bounties that's wanted, and just the threat level of now people are putting Apple tags and government rides. So I think
You are putting like Apple tags on your guys' vehicles.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And how much are some of these bounties they're putting out for you guys?
There was a bounty for the BP officer, Greg, who was overseeing the BP operations, and it was like $10,000. It was $10,000.
And is that to kill you guys or just to get you guys hostage?
Both. I think one was 10,000, the other one was 2,000.
That's cheap.
So just the threat level, I think, in Chicago is a little bit worse than when it comes to like Los Angeles.
And right now, what are we specifically looking for as we are driving around?
Right now, we are.
That's cheap. I could easily, 10,000? I mean, look, I don't have that much money, but if I really wanted to get rid of somebody, me and a few friends could pool our money. I mean, that's not inconceivable in terms of amount of money that some fucking broke loser like me can imagine.
Inside this plaza called Elgin, so we have a lot of targets that frequent this area. So a lot of times, what we'll do, we'll have methods to go about trying to apprehend our target locations in regards to this plaza.
Hi, I'm Brother Nature. My sister, Mother Nature, grows everything.
Thank God we got a Nature's Path ad. Home sweet home. It's not a dog training ad. Thank God. Oh wow, this stuff is probably really good. Nature's Path, what do you got? Some fucking granola or something? What you got? Some dates? Some Jewel dates?
Everything organic, but she needs me to make things extra delicious for Nature's Path. So delicious.
Ooh, organic oats?
My face should be on the bag.
Pumpkin seed and flax granola. No, thank you. Flax. I stopped eating flax, guys. The fucking flax seed, the ground flax and all that. I stopped eating that because that's supposed to be a xenoestrogen too. Flaxseed isn't supposed to be good to eat often for men. It has estrogenic properties or something. Apparently, that's what I've heard about flax. I used to add flax to my protein shakes and my cereal. I forget what for. If there's like omega-3s or so, there was something in. I forget what it is. I think that's it. Omega-3 or 6 or something that was in flax that I started adding it to my diet, and then I heard it's estrogenic, so I stopped. But yeah.
Fine, sis. Teamwork.
Nature's Path. Enrolling at
Oh, damn it. We watched the whole ad. Now we got to watch another.
University was essentially a handshake to a lifeline to a career.
And here inside Chicago, they have set up Instagram pages and Facebook.
Now I do for what do I do for omega-3s? I walnuts is what I eat, right? Yeah. I think that's what I switched to for omega-3s is walnuts. I ate a few walnuts every single day. Guys, one thing, let me tell you guys, if you want to know like a few eating healthy, it really is not as boring and like treacherous as some people paint it to be. I mean, I don't know what, even growing up, I always thought organic, and of course times have changed. Now they make everything. If you want organic junk food, there's plentiful organic junk food. Okay, they just take the same ingredients, but they use organically sourced ingredients, and they'll make the same Oreos, fucking chocolate chip cookies, whatever the fuck, Cheetos, bullshit. They can make all the same shit, but just organic. Okay, but fucking, let me tell you guys, there's a few things that I've figured out as someone that's really, really tried to eat healthy religiously and stick with it. You really figure out ways to eat organic and still get some really yummy, tasty food. And on top of it, like I said, I go for real flavors. I really avoid, if possible, eating anything that has like natural flavor or artificial flavor, the added flavorings. So I'm constantly like trying to get food that is actually, it's organic, but it actually tastes good and stuff. One thing, long-winded way to get around to tell you, one organic snack that is fucking delicious is organic walnuts, but I dip them in this it's Primal Kitchen buffalo sauce. I know it, I think it's at least non-GMO. It might be organic. I don't remember, but it's only of it's like the simplest ingredients in terms of a buffalo sauce, and it has avocado oil in it and stuff. It's got like pretty healthy ingredients. And I dip the walnuts in buffalo sauce, healthy type buffalo sauce. I'm telling you guys, you're missing out. And it's crazy because it's like when they make the pre-packaged, like the hot nuts, you know, there's different mixed nuts that they'll put like hot stuff on it, flavoring, and it'll be like fake flavor dust chemicals and stuff. But you can actually get real like buffalo sauce that is good and healthy and dip them in it, and it's fucking delicious, guys. I'm telling you, I wouldn't steer you the wrong way with some delicious shit. It is a really good snack. So fucking good.
Facebook pages letting people know inside the communities that ICE is there, making it harder for ICE to do their jobs. And ICE had a targeted subject outside of this grocery store, and while we were waiting for him to leave the grocery store, we were surrounded by a group of vehicles from one of these groups who eventually started protesting inside of the parking lot.
You can hear vague honking in the background, as that's a sign and one of their tactics to let everybody know around the parking lot.
Wow! Oh my God, they're really trying to shut this down. Holy fuck, guys. I had no idea they're being this coordinated and watching these people. What are these fuckers doing?
Around the plaza and in the grocery store, the ICE is out. Look, right now, here you have some of these locals, these protesters there, trying to make it known that we are in the ICE vehicle. They even have kids holding out signs. They have the Mexican flags outside the windows. And they have kids holding signs back there. In a way, these guys are hindering a law enforcement investigation. Is this something somebody could be arrested for?
We're still waiting for guidance to come down in regards to this type of activity. So hopefully we'll know more here in the future.
Wow, that's crazy, guys. Buzzard Bob said, organic for double price. Well, you just eat half of the portion. See? Then you're spending the same.
This type of activity keep on going on across the country.
And while we were waiting, other ICE agents had identified a vehicle with 5 illegal migrants, and watch what happened when they go to try and make the arrest.
All right, go ahead. We'll take it down. Come on, let's take it down.
Holy shit, guys. Let me did I have this speed up? Oh my God, they're actually running that fast. I didn't have this sped up. I thought I had this sped up. I was like, holy shit, these guys are running fast. Look at this guy. Oh my God, they run fast. This guy looks like he's sped up. I guess when you really don't want to go back to Mexico, that really puts a pep in your step.
Look, now you have all the protesters coming. He's right there.
Oh my God, this is an angle from someone else's video they posted on fucking Facebook. That is crazy. This is bonkers. How do they know? How do they keep up with these vehicles and stuff? I guess you know. they gotta know when there's like a presence of these people, maybe that these communities of Mexican and other Latin countries or whatever, that their communities, I guess they probably know once a couple people get picked up by ICE, the word probably spreads fast that they're cracking down around here. And if they're putting the air tags on the vehicles and shit, I mean, that makes it easy. That's kind of impressive, though, honestly, that the ICE are coming to some grocery store to like bust some people. I don't know what the situation is where they know they got a car full of illegal immigrants right there or something. They must know. Maybe they're tracking these specific people. I don't even know what the deal is, how they've figured out who to go arrest. But the protesters, it's just crazy to me that the ICE comes to pick up a few people in a car and there's a protest there before they even like start. That's crazy.
Get the f- out!
Look, all the protesters showed up.
When you want the cocktail, but not all the...
I bet he was scared right there, bro. That's scary. These people are fucking trying to kill these guys.
calories. The cookies without the compromise.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Jeez. There they are, those two right there. Those two right there. That kid right there, that kid, you got him right there.
That's illegal.
That lady hit our car, so if we had like more people, she would have got arrested.
Really? Yeah,
But it's only-
multiple people hit the car. All the people jumped out of the car.
Bro, what the fuck? This guy's actually helping them bust the illegals. He's like, look, there's one right there. There he goes. There he goes. That's your guy. Get out. Get him. He's pointing them out. He's helping.
There they are, those two right there. Those two right there. That kid right there, that kid, you got him right there.
Like, I'm part of ICE now. Honorary member of ICE.
That lady hit our car, so if we had like more people, she would.
Oh, Brian from Philly's up in my chat. What an honor, sir. Welcome, welcome. How you doing, Brian from Philly? What's up, dude? Thanks for joining us. We're checking out some of the behind the scenes. This guy, Nick Shirley, did a ride along with some of these ICE guys, apparently. And he's doing reporting on some of the protests and stuff like that. It's kind of interesting. This guy, I've covered a little bit of this guy's stuff here and there. He's gotten some really good protest footage and different stuff recently.
Got arrested.
Really? Yeah,
But it's only-
multiple people hit the car. All the people.
Oh, thank you, Brian. You said great podcast lately. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. The stream's been doing really good. It looks like I'm not in the best YouTube algorithm tonight, but YouTube's been having glitches tonight. I think a few people clicked off of the stream because at the beginning of the stream, everybody was telling me it would not pop up. And I had issues watching Alex Stein before my stream started. You know, Alex Stein is live before me, and it wouldn't come up when I clicked on his. I had to keep refreshing and stuff. So anyway, we're not in the best algorithm tonight, but the stream's been going really, really good, man. I've been getting like really, I'm proud of the numbers I've been getting. It was a really, it's a struggle every night. Let's be real. But yeah, it was rough at the beginning. It's always hard to get started off as a streamer and stuff, man. I see a lot of people that they've had channels for years and years and years, and it's a ghost town on their page. So, Yeah, I'm lucky enough to have good people like you in here, Brian. Thank you, sir.
Jumped out of the car. They all started running. 5 different people, 5 different ways. They didn't catch any of them, and they're running right now. And right now, we got a bunch of people following us. We didn't get the guys, but we did get their car keys.
Yes, sir. That's what we did get.
They stole someone's car keys? Oh my God, that's gotta suck. Oh my God. I guess they're just never getting those back. They're just gonna have to impound that car.
So they won't be able to get back in their car.
Yes, and either we'll try to get it to Elgin Police Department to notify them. We'll take it from there.
And how often does that happen when you guys hop out on somebody, then they all get loose?
We normally try to track them, and then if we don't catch up to them, we'll normally try to go back to see if there's any type of identification that they that fell out of them. And we'll try to get the keys out the car.
Man, those protesters, they started hitting. They hit the car multiple times, and they even snapped one of their wooden poles on the car.
Yeah, so this is what we're dealing with. I mean, you got the community. I mean, you've had that. Like that's how hard it is. So that's why we had to have different countermeasures to try to deal with the situation that you guys just seen just now.
Our car wasn't able to get anybody. The car behind us, the white car, they do got somebody back there right now. But what do you guys feel like when you do see a large group of the community coming out and trying to stop you guys from deporting somebody who came to the country illegally?
I just think it's unfortunate because with the community trying to come out and trying to hinder our operations, unfortunately the community doesn't know that some of these people have criminal records, and unfortunately it just sucks going back to...
They know. Come on. They just don't care.
The whole city of Chicago, with the mayor not cooperating with us, he's hiding the criminals. So unfortunately, everybody's getting caught up in this situation.
And because are you guys just going after anybody and everybody, or, for instance, that car that we had, the red car, who was in that car?
It was a targeted enforcement. We did our homework in regard to the subject. He was wanted. We tried to effectuate the arrest, but due to the community, they make it hard to try to apprehend these individuals.
Because, for instance, that guy was a deportee. He had once been deported. He came back in the country illegally. Therefore, he is suitable to be deported again?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we'll just reinstate his final order. And that's a misconception that's going on out here as well. Everybody saying they're asking for warrants, but a lot of time the individuals out here already have a final order. So all we're doing is just making the arrest to effectuate the reinstatement order, and then they'll be deported.
The protesters were hitting, and they did dent the front of the car, and then they also did scrape up the back as well. The mayor here, Mayor Johnson, and Governor Pritzker here, they're going totally against Donald Trump out here.
The best time of year is here. Returning to Armature Works, Tampa. Pied Piper's 4th Haunted Carnival, October 23rd through 26th. Rides, games, costume contests.
Haunted Carnival? This doesn't look very scary. It just looks like the Florida State Fair. Need to get better B-roll footage. I might actually go.
And Saturday explodes world-class DJs and artists like Steve Aoki, Rick Ross, Galantis, Set the Sky, Sandra, Bonnie and Clyde, Irie.
At Armature Works?
And more. Sunday, Family Day on the main stage. Packed with entertainment for all ages. Tickets on sale now.
And what does that do to you guys?
Unfortunately, it makes our job even harder. It makes the safety level a little bit higher, elevated with the threats that we're dealing with the community, because everybody think they can help stop the enforcement, because they're trying to hinder our investigative and trying to hinder our arrests. But it's still not stopping. It's just another element to the situation where we have to fight the community as well. So
so the mayor's saying you guys are putting their lives at risk, but meanwhile, by him doing that, they're also putting your guys' life at risk.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only our lives at risk, but it's just putting the general public at risk as well. Once again, since the mayor don't want to cooperate with ICE, he's hiding the people who have criminal records. Unfortunately, with his actions, it's helping them hide in the community. So therefore, it makes our job even harder, because he's hindering that part in regard to us trying to track these individuals. And so it just add another layer with the community, and add another layer trying to apprehend the criminals as well.
And now they're putting bounties on people like you.
Yeah, and it's just unfortunate because once again, when you're out there telling people to hit record, they take it to another level where they think they can just impede our arrest. So it makes our threat even a little bit higher because now when we're trying to do an arrest, we have people that trying to approach us, and it's fine to.
Buzzard Bob, I just saw this. Or she said, "How do you eat walnuts with no teeth?" Asking for a friend. Pre-crush them up. Just put a few of them in a little Ziploc bag and smash it with a hammer. And then get a little like cup of the buffalo sauce and pour the broken up walnuts in the buffalo sauce and you mix it around and then eat it with a spoon.
Court, but when you come,
hopefully that helps your friend Buzzard Bob.
At arm's length, that makes us a little bit dangerous because now we don't know if you got a weapon. We don't know your motive or what you're trying to do in regards to the arrest.
And while we left this area, we were tracked down by another protester.
There's a lot of criminals that you're trying to protect too.
Okay, but y'all are ripping innocent people at the car. Record me. I don't give a what up.
Why you gotta cuss? Hey, how about?
He recorded me.
Hey, how about you talk to your mayor? Hey, if you talk to your mayor, then things will be a little bit different.
Our governor don't want you guys here. Never mind our mayor. It's our governor.
Okay, he protecting the criminals.
I can look at whoever I want to look at.
Hey,
y'all can't even show your whole faces. Y'all got masks on but want to talk to me. Y'all are mass scary. Can't show your name, nothing of your identity, but want to be worried about other people.
Well, if you talk to your governor instead of protecting the criminals, then everything, all this madness.
They're not all criminals. You guys raided houses in Chicago, pulling out American citizens, traumatizing children who are citizens of the United States. How is that
you're clueless.
All right, we're gonna go make an arrest right now. They have a guy right here. Here we go. This guy is here illegal, and they've already detained him. This was a much easier detain right here. This guy didn't even fight. There was no other protesters here. The officers just moved in. The guy accepted it. This guy obviously probably knew what his potential fate was here in the United States as he was here illegally. He accepted it. He completely followed the orders of the ICE agents, and now he has now been arrested, detained, and then he will be then deported. And where was that guy who we just arrested from?
He is from Kazakhstan. He's currently in proceedings with a future court date. So we picked him up basically to expedite his court date so he can have his day in court.
Because are people showing up to their court proceedings right now?
Not everybody's showing up, no.
So there is like empty slots per se. Like, for instance, tomorrow there might be court proceedings and 5 out of 10 people might not show up.
Correct, yes.
And then you can expedite the last person who we just picked up.
And ensure that he goes through his court proceedings, yes. So that's why we're picking him up. You know, we're pushing him through the detained court setting, which is a lot faster. He'll probably see his judge within.
Brian said this kid's a real party. Bro, this is fucking scary. I gotta say, I mean, he has balls to go right along with these guys. I would not feel safe at all. Dude, when the fucking protesters in the I'm not sure when you got in here, Brian, but the earlier part where these guys tried to bust like a car full of illegal immigrants and they all ran out of the car. They scattered like roaches. And they were chasing around. And there was a big crowd of protesters that knew that ICE was going to be trying to pick up someone in this parking lot or something. Somehow this group of protesters formed, and they're like running through the parking lot, and they get around Nick Shirley. I don't think they realize exactly that he was with them because it's just another guy with a camera running with a camera phone running. And it's like he kind of blended in for a second, but then the ICE vehicle pulled up and the agent started jumping in, and he goes to jump in. And dude, that's just so sketchy, man. They're being so violent towards the ICE agents. This is super risky.
30 days.
And something I found interesting, you hear a lot of people say like, well, ICE is doing targeting arrests. They're asking people for their documentations on the spot. They're going to the homes. They're breaking down doors. But everything I've seen so far today has just been targeted arrest. Trying to identify the person, it hasn't been like pick and choose per se.
Correct, right. We're not kicking down doors. We're doing target enforcement. You know, we're making sure that they're in the system, that they have criminal records, and there's a need to pick these people up and put them back in detention settings.
All right, right here we have another person. He is illegal.
Dude, what are the chances I'm just playing devil's advocate here, but what are the actual chances that this is a propaganda piece? I'm not saying that Nick Shirley is trying to do that, but what if this is like it's a North Korean propaganda tour style ride along where these ICE agents, or they could just tell him, I guess they can just tell him whatever they want. It's not like they're showing him proof or any paperwork on these guys, but yeah, it's sort of, I mean, they're doing targeted whatever. You definitely, there's plenty of these high profile stories that we've heard about with the ICE agents doing a blanket raid of like some processing facility or some farm or something like that, and the stories about them kicking in doors at homes and stuff. I mean, just because they're not doing those specific operations during this ride along, I mean, is that supposed to be like proof that they're not doing that? I hope not. It's definitely not what that is.
Senor, identificación. Senor, identificación. Sure. Senor, let me ask you, habla inglés or no?
I do.
Okay, all right. You have papers in the United States?
Have my ID, driver's license.
Okay, but you have any type of paperwork identifying yourself in the United States?
That's what I have.
Right. So, ¿de dónde eres, señor?
I'm from Guatemala.
You're from Guatemala?
Yes.
¿Tiene papeles to be in Estados Unidos, sí or no?
Yes, that's what I have.
What type of papeles, señor?
I have my driver's license and my ID.
Sí, legal.
That's what I have.
Come on, vamos, let's go. Step up. No, step up.
Come on.
No, señor, vamos. Vamos. Vamos, step up. No,
can
vamos.
I pull out?
No, vamos, señor.
Dude, it is like, I don't know. So the protester that was talking to Nick Shirley towards the beginning of this, okay, that guy, I feel like he was going down more of a philosophical route to try to just say like, oh, well, they shouldn't be kicking people out of the country, period. It should just be open and everybody can come and go as they please. And look, guys, ideally that would be nice. Okay. I don't know if that's realistic at all. In fact, I don't think it is. Not just when we're giving out free stuff and whatever, and it's not free. It's funded by taxpayers and stuff. You have to have a hold on it at some fucking level. It just can't be open when there's people that are coming. And I'm not saying every single immigrant or illegal immigrant that comes in here is just like a lazy bum. I get it. A lot of them work hard and stuff, but it's like, we just can't be willy-nilly giving out benefits and stuff that are taking from hardworking American citizens that are established here and loyal to this country, at least at some level. And you can't have just completely open borders when we're giving out stuff that people are working for. But this is this particular situation. It is funny because, I mean, just think, ideally, hopefully, they're being truthful here and that they have some history on some of these people, that they actually know who they're going after. Because what if they pulled me over? I shouldn't even say this. I shouldn't even admit this, but I carry my social security card on me. I am very, very careful about, and I don't want to knock on wood. Don't want to jinx it. I'm very careful about not losing my wallet. Okay. Very, very careful. The last time I lost a wallet had to be when I was like a little kid or something, like middle school. I always end up wearing them out and having to get a new one. I blow them out by holding on to too many receipts. Okay. That's what happens. But most people don't carry their social on them. I guess you'd have it memorized, but it's like, what kind of, I mean, if a cop asked me, they were like, do you have proof you're a U.S. citizen? And my driver's license, the Florida ID, I haven't even checked. And maybe it does say, but I don't know. I mean, if it doesn't say that on my ID, most people wouldn't be able to just prove that with paperwork on them, right? That they're a citizen. I guess that does lead people to think that they're just going after brown people. And it doesn't help that there have been, I've seen cases, I could try to find it if, last minute, if we really want to. But I've seen that I've stumbled across posts and stuff on Instagram and Twitter talking about them ICE apprehending people that were like tourists here. People are here on vacation and stuff like that. I don't know that they actually got deported, but I mean, it's like, when you see a lot of these things put together, you just go, okay, this is a little bit sloppy. When you're this, you have people's lives, their future in your hands. I mean, I feel like we should be careful. Shouldn't be fucking apprehending tourists and people that are like here on work visas with legal paperwork and stuff.
Get up. Vamos, see legal, see?
What about my wallet? Now they have this man under arrest. How long have you been in the United States for? ¿Cuánto tiempo lleva aquí en los Estados Unidos?
Oh shit, this motherfucker speaks Spanish. God damn, Nick Shirley. Bob D, your ID says white, but you identify as a really large, dark black man. That's interesting. Bob D is the Rachel Dolezal of my chat. And we love him.
About. Hello. We got one arrest. Y'all following the van?
I read it to no speak. ¿Qué está pensando en este momento?
My glasses. About my glasses.
That's what worries you most?
Yes. Because I wear contact glasses.
Are you worried about being deported now?
I right to remain silent.
You do have the right to remain silent.
You're here illegally right now, right?
I have a driver's license.
No, ID. Right, but the driver's license doesn't give you any status here in the United States.
So he did have a driver's license, however, that does not give you legal status here inside the United States. So why did you detain him? And
thanks for repeating that for us.
Why did you make the arrest on him? Because you were asking for his papers. He said I had my ID, driver license. What does that does that mean?
So he became targeted. We was doing research in regards to our databases, targeted information. So we had ran across Abraham. He was driving a vehicle. So we did our checks. In regards to our checks, we found out that he was legal in the country. We run our databases. He had certain benefits going on, but that didn't preclude him from removal.
Even if you do have a driver license, that does not make you legal here?
No, not at all. So my approach, I approached the driver door. I wanted to see.
Well, we know that because of Minnesota. We already been over that tonight. We know that at least some states will not only let you get an ID, but pay for you to be able to get an ID if you're an illegal immigrant.
If he was going to admit to him being illegally here in the country, so I asked him if he had any type of paperwork in the country. He provided me a state license, and that state license does not allow him to have legal status inside the United States in Chicago, Illinois.
After this, will he be deported then, this guy?
For him, he's going to be called what we call an EWI, so therefore he'll be put in an NTA proceeding, 240 proceeding, and he'll be able to see a federal judge. Or not a immigration judge, sorry about that.
So an immigration judge will then decide whether or not he stays or goes?
Yes, sir.
So with these deportations, it's complicated because this guy right here, he had an ID, but that does not make him legal here in the United States. He came over here illegally. He's from Guatemala. He told one of the officers over here. The officer just said he'll have the right to go before a judge, and a judge, immigration court, will decide what happens with him after this. And another thing to think about with these deportations, the reason why these are happening is because of what happened underneath the 4 years, underneath the Biden administration, where over 10 million people were able to come into the country unvetted, and now you have to see.
You know, guys, I know I'm not, when I say this, I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not crazy. And here we go. This is another person that they're citing again, they're citing what happened during Biden's administration for why they wanted Trump to crack down on illegal immigration, because all these fucking people came during Biden's administration. But here we are. It would have probably, I mean, it's not gonna help or hurt this guy's case. He pled the fifth, and Nick Shirley's just trying to interview him. He probably thinks he's a cop or something. Who the fuck knows? But it would have at least helped his case in terms of public opinion if he would have said, "Oh yeah, well, I have a license, I have a car and a job. I've been here for like 7 years," or something like that. That is probably the case. That guy's probably been here a while. I don't know who knows if it's Chicago and they're anything like Minnesota, just giving out IDs. Like, who the fuck cares? I don't know. But yeah, man, that's it. That's not if this is someone that's been here for years and years and years. This isn't one of the people that everybody wanted Trump to crack down on immigration to get rid of these people that came during. I mean, of course, everybody wants the rest of the illegals to be dealt with, but this goes against sort of like the subconscious thought process of this, to say like, oh, all these fucking people came in. There's like tens of millions of people that came in the last 4 years. We need Trump to deport them. And then the people getting deported are all the ones that are easy to find because they have jobs and have been here and have been at least somewhat integrated. It just goes under, it goes against like the sort of what I would call like the underlying spirit of the law, or spirit of what people had in mind when they were voting for Trump and pissed off about how many people flooded the border during Biden's administration.
Extreme measures being taken here in the streets of places like Chicago and other places in the United States because of the mass amount of people that came in. That's why they're having mass deportations now, because of the mass amount of people that came into the country illegally. So if the problem wasn't first started, you wouldn't have this problem today. And now you can see underneath Donald Trump, the Trump administration, the border crossings are down to nearly zero. So it was a problem that could have been solved, but they never stopped it.
That's good, at least. I mean, ideally, again, I'm using that word a lot tonight. Look, that's music to my ears after what we went through for 4 years.
And now you have mass deportations. You had a mass immigration. Now you have mass deportations here in the United States. Now he's in transportation to the ICE Detention Facility Center, and an immigration judge will determine what happens with his future here in the United States. After I had finished my ride-along, I checked my phone, and it was blown up full of death threats from people from inside of these communities. And they had also posted my face all over these Facebook pages saying that I was some insider working for ICE, when in reality, I'm just a journalist who did a ride-along with ICE to show more transparency and to show people what's actually happening with these ICE deportations.
Hey, it said TikToker working with ICE. Let me say, he was helping them. He was working with ICE, okay? I get it. He was supposed to be doing a ride-along, but he was clocked in. This motherfucker was trying to help them catch those guys at the end. He's like, hey, turn here. There's the 3 guys running. Turn here, turn here. And then they turned. He's like, get out, chase them, get them.
And then later that night, I went to the ICE facility to see what was happening as more protests took place. So right now you have Cook County Sheriff Office out here. They've created a line outside of this building, and you have all the protesters here. You see signs like Abolish ICE, United We Stand, Afuera. It's a little wild out here.
Afuera. I think that means outside, or out. Out. Afuera.
You got a lot of people. Right now they get mad at this guy because he has a speaker out, and they do have a curfew at 6 p.m. They cannot be protesting here on the street. They're saying this is an unlawful assembly right now, and they're telling everybody they need to disperse. This is actually the state Illinois police. Let's see what's going to happen. Right now you have people yelling at ICE.
My Mexican father has more balls than all of ICE put together.
And right here you have a line of Antifa, all in black blocks. Looks like they're going to be making a resistance line right here. The police.
I don't like the sound of that. A woman is talking about her father's balls. Something about that just doesn't sit right with me.
Right here, who knows what's going to happen. You do have people in black bloc right now. They're forming a line. At this protest here, they have everything. You have snacks, water, chips. You have pizza, Coke, Sprite.
T-Bell. They got T-Bell here. That's not racist. Because it's not real Mexican food.
Hey, whatever you want, they got it right here. Look, they have everything here. You have two groups right now. You have the police right here, and then you have a group of Antifa right here. They're acting like they're going to hold the line. They keep moving back. The more police officers move as well.
This is an unlawful assembly. You will be arrested. Disperse now.
Antifa's still holding the line right here.
Until 6 p.m.
That cop just had a main character moment. Good for him. Good for him. He really thought that was fierce. That was his moment right there.
All right, Antifa has decided to hold the line right here. And now people are throwing stuff. All right, they're going to make some arrests. All right, there you go.
Get back!
Get back! These protesters look so retarded when this happens. This is like the most pathetic shit ever. I don't know what people think. I mean, I honestly think it's cool to see when you've got like a line of cops and then there's just so many protesters. The cops just like, all right, we gotta back it up, guys. We're a little scared. Sometimes that's kind of cool, but it's pathetic. It's just cool to watch. I don't think it's cool for the protesters to take over the city and burn it down. But anyway, you do get a moment where you're like, it's good to see that at least if it were a protest where we really had to be out in the streets and it was something that you're, it's an obvious position that you need to support by protesting or whatever. It's at least cool to see, like, if we get enough people out in the streets, the fucking police will back it up. You know, if it's something super egregious that we actually need to protest about, it's at least cool to see sometimes. But yeah, when there's like a group of like, what is this? It looks like there's maybe 30 Antifa people trying to hold a line against about 100 police officers. I mean, don't you just like, why not back off and protest another day? What is the point of, you guys are clearly not going to hold this line against the fucking cops. I just don't get it. This is it's cringe.
Now
Shin Godzilla Deluxe Collector's Edition. Go get it, guys. Why is this a targeted ad for us? Who said something about Godzilla in the chat? Why are we getting this ad? Godzilla is cool, though. I used to watch the old school ones when I was a little kid. The old school, old Japanese ones, right? Or Japanese.
People are starting to throw stuff. People are crying. The police are not holding back. Now that you have the last line of Antifa that got arrested, you have a new line that's stepped up, and then you have the Illinois State Police right here. Who knows what'll happen? All hell's gonna break loose. What makes you want to stand here in the front line?
Because these are our brothers and sisters. These are our
Because I'm retarded.
family, our community. We're all part of humanity. And it's a tragedy what's happening. And if we don't fix this now, we will not be able to fix it.
Are you not worried about the police arresting you here?
It's my duty to be out here. If we don't fix it now, it won't be fixed for your generation. It won't be fixed for your children's generation. It's going to take us decades to bring justice around.
Sir, what do you think about this protest here?
I think it's pretty stupid.
And why do you think it's stupid?
Well, because the law enforcement is out here trying to defend our country by getting the migrants out. And what's happening is you got a bunch of people who have been ill-informed or have basically drank the Kool-Aid that are doing things that they think are right but are actually very wrong.
What do you think about the police officers moving these protesters after 6 p.m.?
I believe that they have whatever mandate and orders that they have, and I believe that the public should follow them. I don't think that there is going to be an issue with people peacefully protesting or speaking their mind. But when you start to ignore the orders of police officers, it becomes a problem.
And why do you think here in America people think they can just push the police and get away with it?
Because for so long, there's been nothing done about it. They just do it, and then the next guy does it, and does it, and does it, and nobody goes to jail, no one gets arrested. And now people are starting to realize that if you touch the police and you break the law, you're going to go to jail. This administration is not playing around. These are federal workers and state workers. They need to be protected, just like everybody else needs to be protected. So if you're going to come down here and assault these police officers and assault federal officers, what are you going to do to regular citizens? That means you have no moral compass. And if you don't have a moral compass, it's a problem.
Everyone's chanting right now, the people united will not be defeated. Now the police are moving up, and now something's about to break out. Now you actually have the police chanting.
It looks like half of the protesters are just photographers.
Back. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh shit! No, I guess the ICE officers aren't coordinated that well with the local police because basically Nick Shirley is an honorary member of ICE tonight. He helped them do some raids earlier. The police don't realize it. Oh, BW's in the chat. What's up, family? Nick is always trying to get some. Bro, I was just saying, this is ballsy. This really is. This is Alex Stein getting assaulted by 100 trans people type of ballsy. This is Alex Stein going to a kid's trans show and laughing in the face of Antifa members holding rifles type of ballsy. It's scary, bro. The beginning of this, I don't know when you got in here, BW, but the beginning of Nick's video, or not the beginning, it's like, what was it about like a third of the way through or something, where he's going with ICE to bust these people at a fucking grocery store? That was sketchy. He had to jump into the fucking car and they started beating the car with the flags and poles and shit.
You have two sides just completely yelling at each other. You have these people over here. You have these people over here as well. They're pointing people out. They're saying this is an unlawful assembly. They will start arresting people. Wow, what are they?
15 people were arrested. That's wild, bro. What a mess. What a fucking mess. Oh, shit. 100 trans versus one Nick Shirley. You think he could handle that kind of heat? That's some Alex Stein level heat. I don't know if he's got that in him. He probably does. Bro, it helps that Alex Stein is like Anunnaki tall, or Nephilim. What is it, the race that are supposed to be really tall? Alex Stein is really tall. I don't know how tall Nick Shirley is, but he doesn't look as big as Alex Stein. I think that helps Alex a lot. Is Alex could probably absolutely pound a bunch of trans people into the dirt. Just like if those trans people that were harassing him in those different events, if he just wanted to start wailing on them, it would look like the beginning of Lord of the Rings, where Sauron is fighting all the human people, and he's just hitting them with his fucking mace thing, and they're flying 30 feet. He's towering over him. That's what it would look like if Alex Stein were fighting all these trans people. He's a big guy. I've seen him in person a few times at BARP, at the Bubba Army Party thing, and then at Lummy's birthday party from the Bubba show. I've seen him in person a few times. I remember hugging him at Lummy's party when he came up. I was like, "Oh, Stein, what's up?" And I hugged him, and he's just like, I'm standing right next to him, and he's just like up here. I'm like, God damn, Alex. He's a big dude. Yeah, he's really tall in person. Seeing all these Mexicans made me hungry for Taco Bell. Yeah, I already had my last meal of the night, and I forgot to drink my bone broth from earlier, so I got to drink that, and then that's the last thing I am consuming for the evening. Some bone broth. I've been doing that, guys. All right, I'm gonna get the fuck out. It's 10 something. Yeah, I gotta get out of here. Fucking tomorrow, We'll be live. Should be around 8 o'clock, same as tonight. What's our lineup tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday, so yeah, it's fucking our boy Scott Starbird, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Is Alex doing something different tomorrow? What was BW? Are you still in here, bro? What is Alex on at a different time? What was he talking about that he was doing on his show tomorrow? He said it was at 7 o'clock. Is he talking Eastern time or what? Or did he mean 7 Central? And then that puts the college event. That's right. What time is that? BW, is that 7 Central or is that 7 Eastern time? I remember him saying 7 p.m. Would you happen to know? Because I might, I don't know. I hope I don't have to switch up my schedule. I'm hoping he said 7 as in his regular show time. I guess we'll see. 7 p.m. in Texas. Shit. So that means 8 o'clock my time, I believe. Fuck. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. He was saying 7, telling people to show up there. So, of course, he was talking Texas time. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so, yeah, I guess Stein is going live same time as me. So we'll figure that out. Maybe I'll get a hold of Scott Starbird, and he can, 8 p.m. Eastern time. No, that makes sense, yeah. So that's my normal time that I go on. Maybe I'll go on earlier tomorrow, guys. I don't know. I'll talk to Scott and see if I'd have to do a really choppy 1 hour stream. I don't think I've ever done a stream for under 2 hours, an hour and a half. We'll see. We'll figure it out. But yeah, Alex Stein, don't miss his deal. He's doing a college event tomorrow where I think he's debating random people or whatever. I know it's some kind of college event. And that should be at 8 p.m. Eastern. So, yeah, Scott Starbird, I know, will be on at 6. I'll be on at sometime tomorrow night. We'll figure it out. But, yeah, I got my hopefully there's no more breaking news type of shit. I've got my next 2 nights of streaming. We've already scheduled it. I've got the topics and a bunch of stuff saved for it. So, yeah, hopefully no one else gets assassinated or anything, any school shootings or something. Oh, Scott's in here. Lover, yeah. So, I might, Scott, maybe I'll message you on Twitter or something. I don't know if I'm going to be out of work early enough, but I might go on at 7 so that I can get through my stuff and then Stein will go live at 8 because Alex is going live at 8 p.m. Eastern time, which is my normal time. 7 o'clock Texas time. So we might, I don't know, I might do that. If you're okay with doing an hour stream, I don't know if you already planned on going longer because Stein goes on later, but I don't know. We'll talk about it later. I'll message you. All right, lovers, I'll get out of here. Why not 9? Is Alex going to be off that quickly? Is it going to be an hour-long event? I didn't pay attention. Live on live? Yeah, I should just stream snipe him. I'll go live when he goes live. We'll just play his stream on mine. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I don't know if I'll see if you guys think Alex will actually be off right at 9 o'clock. Maybe I'll go on after him. We'll figure it out. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow at some point. Everybody, take care. Have a good day at work tomorrow, guys. I didn't even tell you. I'm gonna get into the story. Fucking Of course, as Stacy G said, I do a Jewish goodbye. I say, all right, guys, I'm getting out of here. And then I start talking about some guys. My fucking car broke down again this morning. My day was fucked today. I'm hoping it just completely fucked my whole day up. I'm hoping that doesn't happen tomorrow. I'm hoping my car starts when I get up in the morning and I don't have to spend all day chasing mechanics around. So anyway, yeah, guys, we'll figure it out tomorrow. Everybody, take care. I hope you have a good day. I hope your car starts in the morning, unlike mine did today. And whatever, I'll be on at some point. Yeah, Scott, I'll message you later, Scott. Pray for Dark Match Steve BW. Thank you. I need it. All right, lovers. Thank you guys for the support. For real, if you haven't already, please hit the like button on your way out. And if you're new around here, please subscribe. I'm on here every weeknight for the most part. And I should be going live Halloween night too. I'll be walking around. I'll go live at some point, probably. That's a Friday. So anyway, but yeah, lovers, everybody take it easy. Love you. Mwah.